All right, everyone, we're going to get started here. My name's Cam. I'm the Senior National Training Manager at Diode LED. And this is going to be our next reel-to-reel on the new VALENT Mini series. I'm very excited about this specific tape light solution. At first glance, it might seem like it's not very, I would say, not a huge, unique type of product, but I'll kind of, when we go in depth on some of the specs, you'll see what we're talking about and why I think this is going to be a really game changer for a lot of those applications where you still need a, slim style tape light solution, but you need to have a longer max run than chip on board, or you need something higher lumen output than chip on board. This is going to be a great solution for you. As always though, this is our reel-to-reels where we're bringing reels of tape light to real life, and we're always focusing in about 15 minutes on single product or product family. So very excited. I think this is our 23rd or 24th one, right, Ted? Yes. Something like that. So we've been doing these for the last 2.5 years. So let's get into it. We're gonna go over to the slides here and talk about some of the high level talking points. These are some of the things that I would focus on when you are a distributor or you're a rep and you're talking to your customers. And so I'll just kind of start out with these higher level concepts, and then we'll get into the specs, the mechanical diagrams, and then we'll do a demo here in just a little bit. Awesome. All right, so VALENT Mini. And so of course, this is just an extension or an addition onto our already ever-growing VALENT series. And so as of right now, with the VALENT series, we have everything from VALENT X, which is going to be your high CRI, high lumen output, long max runs, very spec-grade product, all the way then to your VALENT. So when we remove that X, all you're doing is really lowering the warranty a little bit, lowering the CRI, the max runs, and then the high lumen output. To this day though, now those are our static whites. We also have VALENT Warm Dim, VALENT RGBW, VALENT Tunable White. We also have VALENT X Tunable White, so two different types of tunable whites. One's a 2-channel and one's a 3-channel, as well as VALENT RGBTW. So really robust family, and now this is the newest addition, is our VALENT Mini. So let's talk about some of the high-level specs here. So really what's unique about this product is that you're getting it in that slim form factor, either an 8mm or a 10mm. As you probably know, if you look at the specs, the rest of the VALENT family, whether it's VALENT or VALENT X, are all going to be in that 12mm platform. Okay, so it's a little bit wider of a tape light. This does allow us though to have a wider circuit board so we can pull more amperage, and it's why tight pitch tape lights or high density tape lights like the VALENT series, this is where I would focus on it, is these 4 categories. When you need a high lumen output, you need a long max run, you need higher CRI or better cut points. So instead of 2 inches, you need 1-inch cut points. That's where I would really push you towards a high density, tight pitch tape light. Okay. Now with the VALENT Mini, what's unique about this is you're getting all of those kind of categories, but within a smaller profile and aperture. So 8mm or 10mm. This allows you now to be able to really load this into small niche types of channels that maybe you did not have the ability to do before with the VALENT family. So like our slim recess or some of our very small types of channel profiles. Okay, multiple output options up to 750 lumens per foot. Okay, so we can get this thing bright. That is at the 10mm, so the VALENT 10mm, but 750 lumens per foot to be able to produce that within a 10mm tape light is really unheard of in the industry. So now this is a great solution for when you need something still slim, low profile, something maybe like chip on board, but you want that still dotless, uninterrupted light distribution through that channel and lens, but maybe you need something brighter than 450 lumens or 400 lumens a foot. This is a great option to use. Okay, also still we were able to achieve that 1-inch cut points. Okay, so 1.09 inches to be technical. So now very precise types of configurations that you can do in your applications. This really matters when things like millwork or in shelves, in cabinet, any type of application where even an extra inch can mean the difference between optimization and now having either dead spots at the ends of the channel and lens, Or you have to optimize it where you reduce the channel size, and now you still get that even light across the lens, but maybe the channel is inset now and it doesn't look nearly as good as if it went all the way across the shelf. Terminal block compatibility. So the 8mm VALENT Mini is going to be compatible with our terminal blocks that are 8mm. Okay, the smaller ones. And then the 10mm, the way we were able to design these printed circuit boards and the cut points and the solder pads is you can still use the 10mm VALENT Mini with our 12mm terminal blocks. So this is awesome. I'll show you a demo here in just a little bit. Huge for being able to do, installation and pivot in the field when you can't solder or you can't wait on a factory soldered lead. Long max run. So this is another one that really impressed me when I first looked at the specs for VALENT Mini is we can get up to 66 feet at the low lumen level on the VALENT 8mm, and then we can even get up to 33 feet on the VALENT 10mm tape light. So really long max runs, much longer than what you're going to get with Streamlight chip on board, which is really going to be anywhere from 16 feet to 20 feet. So again, this another kind of point I would say to look out for when trying to decide the difference between using chip on board or the VALENT Mini is think about max runs. If you need that longer max run, this is a great solution to go to. Okay, 90 plus CRI, it's a little bit of a range between 90 to like 93, 94, depending on the CCT. 10-year warranty. This is a huge update. You probably got our email notification just about a month ago on this, but in Diode LED fashion, we always owned the warranty spot as the #1 warranty in the industry for tape light, and in the #2 at 7 years. What's awesome is through historical data and being able to take a look at a lot of these projects where we use products like Blaze, Streamlight, or VALENT, we realize that now we have the historical data to be able to increase our warranties. So this was huge news to me. So now Blaze, Streamlight, and in the VALENT family, so not VALENT X is going to be 12 years. So the VALENT family, Streamlight, and Blaze are now moved from a 7-year warranty up to a 10-year warranty. So huge, I think, selling point for your customers out there, showcasing that we stand behind this product. Okay, specifications. Not much to look at here, just a couple things I want to point out. So we have the VALENT Mini 8mm. Okay, there's going to be 2 options for this. Okay, so 2 wattage options, so a 1.46 watts per foot and a 2.46 watts per foot. So you'll kind of see it on the specs. It's going to be, it will be something down the lines of VL8, MN, and then either 1 for like the 150 lumens a foot level or 3 for the 300 lumen per foot level. But keep in mind though, that's just really like kind of an average or a way for us to use kind of our ordering codes. You can get brighter than that. As you can see there, you're looking at the brightest output in CCT for the VL8, the low level, low wattage is about 208 lumens a foot. Okay, and then the brightest that you're going to get for the higher wattage output is going to be about 450 lumens a foot. So this is awesome, really, really bright. We were able to produce enough lumen output to give this a kick. And then max runs, you're looking at the kind of the lower one is going to be 66 feet and then 33 feet there. So actually, I apologize, those specs are wrong. I need to just reverse those. It should be 66 feet at the low lumen level and then 33 feet at the high lumen level. So I apologize for that. IP20 in Diode LED fashion, like everything, we are always going to test the waters with either static white options or with IP20 options, and then wet location IP65 silicone jacketed options will be coming soon. Just keep that in mind. As of now, it is only indoor rated, NSC closet rated, and again, that 10-year warranty. Really, the difference that you're going to just notice with the 10mm is that you just get 1 wattage option and 1 lumen package. Okay, so you're looking at 4.5 watts a foot. And then up to 750 lumens a foot, and then now instead of it being 33 feet or 66 feet, you're going to get that 22-foot max run. So still, to be able to produce 750 lumens a foot and still have a longer max run than Streamlight chip on board, I think is a huge selling point, or at least an amazing tool to have in your back pocket for a lot of these applications where max run does matter. It comes into play. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Again, we were able to really pack a punch with this this small tape light. So everything else is the same 10-year warranty, indoor rated as of now. Okay. So just wanted to mention here really quick, terminal block compatible. We talked about it earlier. Just know though that if you are not using our terminal blocks as an installer, if you're a distributor and you are selling someone else's connectors, I strongly urge you to at least give these a try. We train on these all around the country in both field training and factory training. And I can't explain to you how many times I will get where they'll go, oh, we don't really like to use connectors. We use these ones. We don't, we've had a bad experience one time with your terminal block connectors, or they don't work that well. And then what we find out is that they're just using them incorrectly. I mean, that is, 90% of the time that is the case. So for example, using Streamlight chip on board, they're not screwing down the screws all the way. And so that raised phosphor is blocking it from making a connection. Or they're slipping the tape light above the slides or the patented metal sleds. And then now you're not making contact and you're over screwing it and then piercing the tape light. When you use these properly, these are by far, in my opinion, I was a rep for this company. I was a little bit more unbiased. I had to use a lot of different types of connectors out there. They just work, okay? So they're patented, very low profile, fit in our channel profiles, which is very nice. And then they're screw down, so they're not the snap down or the clamshell. And then again, they have that patented metal sled that as long as that sits above the solder pad, when you screw it down, you can crank on these and really tighten them down securely, almost like a soldered lead. So just wanted to mention that these are compatible with the new VALENT Mini. So the 8mm for the 8mm VALENT Mini, and then the 12mm does work with the 10mm VALENT Mini. Okay, mechanical diagrams, just want to show you just how low profile this is. Okay, so you can see the width there, but you're looking at 0.1 or 3 millimeters in size, so very, very low profile. Even as an SMD, this is very impressive to be able to keep it this low profile and then this slim, okay? So demo time, my favorite part to go over. So let's take a look at the top down here. So I'm going to show you. Let's get a little bit of a close-up here. You can see what I have here on the right, or this side here, is going to be that 8mm. So I'm going to take two very common tape lights that you're used to and showcase. So this is our Streamlight chip on board. That is an 8mm tape light, okay, as well as our standard Blaze here. Okay, so you'll notice very, very small and slim in nature, but now you're looking at something like 88 LED diodes per foot versus your 36 LED diodes per foot. So this tape light, the VALENT Mini, actually has, as of the day, besides chip on board, out of all of our SMD tape lights, this has the most chips per foot by far. So you're looking at normal VALENT or VALENT X tape lights, you're looking at about 72 LED diodes per foot versus 88 LED diodes per foot, still achieving that 1-inch cut point. Okay. And then I'll show you here, this is going to be that 10mm option. So a little bit smaller than our 12mm terminal blocks. Sorry, our 12mm VALENT and VALENT X. Give you an example here. It's just a little bit smaller in width. Okay, but again, more LEDs per package and per foot. And still can get up to about that 750 lumens a foot. So really packs a punch for how small of a tape light this is, okay? All right, so moving on here, I'm going to move these tape lights out of the way here for now. Bump these out of the way. So I want to start with the terminal blocks too. So if you've ever seen our terminal blocks up close, okay, so you have the 8mm, okay, tape to wire, tape to tape. You can do jumpers, L connectors, as well as our 12mm terminal blocks. Okay, so again, they fit all of our tape lights for the most part that are 2-wire or static white tape lights. Okay, nothing dynamic. So this is going to showcase here on the. You can see that's the VALENT Mini, the 150 lumen output, so the low lumen output, 2000 Kelvin. This is that 8mm. And then I'm showcasing it on our tape to wire 8mm terminal block. And so I'm gonna actually light this one up just to showcase what I'm talking about when it comes to the how the kind of the light shines through the terminal block. So you can see it here. Again, that really nice low CCT. So again, you're still seeing the dots. Unlike Streamlight, if you were looking at it straight on, you would get that dotless diffusion. But if you're doing anything in indirect view, you can easily use this as a bare tape light and still get that even illumination on the surface area, okay? Or if you put this in low profile channels, you're gonna get not only dotless, but that homogeneous lighting where the edge of the lens to the other edge of the lens is very evenly illuminated. Very similar to why people use Streamlight, so that you can use lower profile channels and not have what we call that kind of like that line of light that goes down the middle. We've all seen it before. It won't show up on the camera, but you've seen it before where you have that, that hot spot when you put Valent or Valent X in a low profile channel and it has that hot spot that goes down the middle. We want to try to avoid that in direct view, okay? So pop this off here and then just showing you really quickly the 10mm Valent Mini in our 12mm terminal blocks, okay? Awesome. All right, so moving on here, I want to show you them lit up here. I want to give you an example of one of the brighter ones. So we're going to use one of our the highest output and wattage. So this is our Valent Mini. Okay, the 500 lumens a foot, but really, again, like I said, depending on the CCT, you can look at the specs. You can get this up to 750 lumens. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you without a lens first. Okay, so boom, close up here. You can see, right, very close LED diode placement. Okay, gives you good coverage. That's what I love about this as well. Get a sample in hand. Really, really good coverage of light. Okay, and this is just our most common cost-effective S1 channel. Okay, now let's take a look at it using the S1 channel, and I'm going to do a split screen here, or split light, I should say, where I'm going to showcase it with the Valent Mini in the S1. Okay, first. And I'm using a little bit of a higher CCT to really showcase what I'm talking about on. It literally looks like Streamlight chip on board inside of this channel. Okay, that's what I love about this, is that you still get all those benefits of chip on board, but you get a longer max run, higher output, things like that. So you can see it there, and then let's check it out with Streamlight. Okay, let me make sure it's the right one here. This is going to be our Streamlight in the same exact channel, just a different CCT. It's all I had at the time. You'll notice here, though, again, next to each other, very, very good homogeneous lighting on both of them. Okay, meaning edge to edge of the lens is evenly illuminated. Definitely are going to need to check this out in person as a sample, because obviously video never does lighting justice. Okay, and then the last thing I want to showcase here is how this is one of our brightest ones, and I want to show it in the Valent 500. Okay, so this is the, oops, sorry, like here, there we go. So again, very difficult to show it on camera, but if you're in person right now, this thing is bright. It is packing a punch. We're looking at around 700 lumens a foot. Okay, again, just the camera never does it justice, but this is in our A series channel, the Made in America BAA compliant. Okay, so just a little bit of a higher grade channel, and Valent Mini looks absolutely stunning inside of that channel profile. So again, always hard and difficult to do demos. We'll switch back here. Trading opportunities, I always like to end it on this. Just know that there is a new training section on the Diode LED website. Go check that out. You can find all different types of training, from factory training, the virtual trainings, to the reel-to-reels, and then also check out our YouTube account. We have a lot of really cool new videos that we've been producing. Right here, you can see everything from our Light Lab series, hands-on assembly and installation best practices, tips and tricks, more installation, little quick best practices, to our Why It Matters series, to the Reel series. All these really cool videos that Ted and I have been producing this last year. So go check them out, send them to your customers. Okay, this is just an example of one of the Light Lab series. And then virtual training, just keep in mind, if you are not registered or have not been checking out these quarterly virtual specifier trainings, they are more of a longer format, 45-minute. We do them once a quarter. They are dedicated to specifiers, but anyone can join them. These will be a little bit more in-depth, technical heavy on a lot of our products or concepts in the industry, like layered lighting or grazing techniques. So take a moment to scan that QR code. Give it a couple seconds longer if anyone wants to. Then moving on here. Reel to Reel series, all of these are uploaded on our YouTube account. So again, now you don't have to go and talk to a customer about light guide panels. You can send them a 15-minute video on light guide panels or the Linear Flex family or Broadwave or any of our products. So that's why we love doing these, is to utilize them as a sales tool. And then field training, we'll always come out to your territory and do everything from long format, true training opportunities, meaning that they're not just salesy 1 hour trainings. These are 3 hour installation heavy or design heavy, whatever you need in that territory. We can help and accommodate and do some of these field trainings in your territory. Okay, we like to have fun as well and play and whack some golf balls and things like that. And then factory training. We are now doing something new for factory training next year where we are separating standard and intermediate, which used to be a 2-day, first day was standard, second day was intermediate. Now we are separating them. So next year we will have 3 standard trainings, 3 intermediate trainings, and 3 advanced trainings, and all of them will be 2 days in total. So we'd love for you to come up, bring your customers, go with your rep. If you are a customer or an installer or designer, we'd love to have you come up, tour the facility, and really get in depth with our products. So these are just a couple quick snapshots of what we do up in factory training. With that, guys, I appreciate your time. This is another great reel to reel. We have some really fun stuff that's coming up. A lot of new products that are being released either at the end of this year or in Q1 of next year. So we will have plenty of content to be able to create some more of these reel to reels. But be on the lookout. There will be a different format in 2026 that I think will be very beneficial to people that are not only attending live, but the recorded sessions afterwards as well, that I think you're going to be able to get more out of it than even that you have right now. So very excited about that. Please reach out at training@diodeled.com. So training@diodeled.com if you have any training related opportunities or anything that you want to learn about with factory training and why you should come up there or how the schedule works, or if you need a field training in your territory, please reach out. If not, reach out to info@diodeled for all other requests like samples, technical questions, product related questions, anything like that. So I'm Cam, Senior National Training Manager at Diode LED, and I'll see you on the next Reel to Reel.